He who fights with monsters should be careful lest he thereby becomes a monster. And if thou gaze long into an abyss, the abyss will also gaze into thee. This quote is full of hidden meanings that can be interpreted in many different ways. It is an excellent example of the way in which Nietzsche uses paradox to explore philosophical concepts. By juxtaposing two seemingly contradictory ideas, he forces the reader to think about the implications of the argument more deeply. Nietzsche thought of the self as man's productive core and something like the freedom of the abyss of the soul. To understand this, it is useful to review what was written in Thus Spoke Zarathustra. Nietzsche argues that the self is something that we create and that it is a product of our past experiences. He describes the metamorphoses that take place before becoming the Superman and the ways in which each stage of development shapes who we become. In the first stage, the camel, we live according to thou shalt and obedience is the highest value. This is followed by the lion, where man destroys the past and tradition. And the abyss that stares back is the abyss of possibility. It is the complete freedom to choose, and while we may at first be tempted by this freedom and even yearn for it, it is also true that this freedom can be overwhelming, even terrifying. We are faced with the choice of who we want to be and how we want to be without the guidance of tradition. We are, in a sense, starting from scratch, and this can be a daunting task. It is up to each individual to find his or her way in the world and to create his or her own values and meaning in life. This is what Nietzsche refers to as the eternal recurrence. The idea is that we are constantly making choices and that these choices determine who we are and how we will live our lives. It is much easier to stay within the confines of what is familiar and to do what has always been done. But this is not living according to our own values, and it is not how we grow and develop as individuals.